Hi, this is Owen Thornton and this is my vlog, which corresponds with my webblog at ontariocrafts.wordpress.com. If you're wondering about the change of background, I have a new microphone which hopefully will enhance the experience, and I plugged that microphone into the DLS camera to give ourselves a bit better experience on the video. Remember to hit the thumbs up button so that you tell people that you like this video, and that helps people find me a little bit easier as well. Today I want to talk to you about a new winery for us, not necessarily a new winery, but a new one for us, called Big Head Winery at 823 Line 6 Road, Niagara-on-the-Lake. Big Head was under construction at the time that we went in. The outside laneway, the walkway up to the building hadn't been finished, and there was a little bobcat there working away. But when we went inside, we found that the facilities inside was completely operational, completely functional, and everything looked really great. There were a couple things there that you would not normally see, and I'm going to put a couple pictures up, I think over this shoulder, if I get that right. We're going to put a couple pictures up to show you some of the things that were interesting at Big Head. One was the use of concrete vats. They're also called eggs. There were two sizes there as well. Now, what you do when you use a concrete vat is that you are aging your grapes, but you're not aging them in oak. This means that you get none of the oak qualities that would change the wine using the oak, and it just simply gets aged in the concrete, and there is no switch of flavor from the container itself. The idea behind this is that Big Head also has a series of wines that essentially you taste the field from whatever the varietal it is that they've harvested. So if they've harvested a Cab Sauv, Cabernet Sauvignon, or a Chardonnay or a Pinot Noir, they put it in these vats. They capture yeast locally by air, and so it is also an airborne yeast. And the wine is made inside the concrete vat, and then you essentially taste the field. There's like no interruption. There's no decision made by the winemaker that changes that varietal from that field into the bottle that is bottled for you to purchase. I suppose in a way there's no intervention by the winemaker. I suppose you could say that in doing this they've intervened by not intervening. It's the series of choices being made by the winemaker to let you taste the varietal as it was harvested. This is an interesting concept. These wines are very limited. They're very small batch, and the prices of these wines were more expensive. And we didn't buy any of those because we didn't want to try those because they're a little bit different and unusual. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to try the regular wines. And we bought 4, and I'm going to show you a picture of the 4 we bought. Then I'm going to show you a couple of the empty bottles because we've had a chance to consume a couple most recently. So you're going to see a picture of the eggs, you're going to see a picture of the interior, and you're going to see a picture of, I think, the 4 bottles that we bought when we were there. What else they do that's very interesting is for their Cabernet Sauvignon, they have 3 types of Cab Sauv. They call it big, bigger, and biggest. They use the appassimento style, which means they harvest the grapes and they let them dry. And for each wine, they let the grapes dry a little bit longer. And so what that does is the moisture escapes the grape, but the acidity and the flavors that are inside are retained. So for the big, the bigger, and the biggest, for each one as you progress, the flavor becomes more bold and the yield or the production amount becomes less because there's more moisture escaped each time as you go through. We couldn't get any Cab Sauv because all of them were sold out. We arrived there late in August of this year, of 2022. And the 2021 supply of all of those kinds of grapes were out. So because they were produced last fall, and by this fall they're out and they're waiting for the new crop to arrive. So we didn't get a chance to taste those because they weren't available to us. We did have a Cab Franc we liked very much. It was a lighter expression, which surprised me, perhaps in part because their Cabernet Sauvignon was supposed to be so full-bodied and full-flavored that the Cab Franc was a lighter expression, perhaps because it didn't use a Passimento style. We did try their Gewürztraminer, and I think you'll see this in a picture of the ones we bought. We liked the Gewürztraminer very much. It was a great expression for that. And then we also had this Savagnin, not Sauvignon Blanc, but Savagnin. And it comes in this sort of strange round bottle. Savagnin is the varietal that is pretty rare. We've only found it twice. Once at Burning Kiln Winery, where they make a sweet version, and this one here at Big Head, where they make a dry version. In both cases, the wine is unusual because you have not tried Savagnin before, but in both cases, very lovely as well. So, Big Head Winery, 823 Line 6 Road, Niagara-on-the-Lake. Go there and get a new experience and a new challenge for yourselves, and you'll see the concrete eggs inside, and you'll see the wines that were not oaked and were fermented with locally captured yeast. And that will be another experience for you. You could try that, and then you could try the wine that they made with those grapes when they did oak them. So that would be an experience for you to have as well. This is Owen Thornton for OntarioCrafts.wordpress.com. I want you to have all a very, very Merry Christmas. Bye for now.